The greatest advance in international law, perhaps in the last 100 years, one of the great human rights advances in the last 100 years.
Real justice is not a pick and choose system.
No matter who they are, and no matter where they think they can hide, they will be brought to book.
The Chamber has reached its decision unanimously.
The International Criminal Court is celebrating its 10th anniversary. As a new prosecutor takes office, the court is facing serious challenges.
I, Fatou Bensouda, solemnly undertake.
Economic uncertainties and budgets dominate discussions around its future. Frustrations with the court are growing, with only one conviction since its foundation, and political attacks are threatening the court's ability to deliver justice to victims.
As I take over the office of the prosecutor today, this court finds itself in a completely different stage of its existence.
On the 17th of July 1998, after 5 weeks of intense negotiations, 120 countries agreed on a framework for an international criminal court that would investigate genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes when countries are unable or unwilling to do so. On the 1st of July 2002, the court became a reality, to be based in The Hague.
No one thought that the governments would ever agree to creating a court that could hold presidents, ministers, generals, and others individually responsible for war crimes, crimes against humanity, or genocide.
The International Criminal Court is establishing a system of international justice around the globe. Through years of campaigning and hard work, almost 2/3 of the UN's member states have now agreed that these crimes should be investigated nationally, but where they can't be, the court can step in. But states are failing to arrest ICC suspects, and in places where appalling crimes are being committed outside of the court's jurisdiction, the UN Security Council has the power to ask the ICC to investigate, but in many cases it's failing to do so.
Today, as we speak, the Security Council is not taking action on Syria, and we know that Syria should be referred to the International Criminal Court. That's not happening. Really, the most powerful countries in the world, the international community, has to come together and put its weight behind the International Criminal Court, politically, strategically, financially.
Many of the court's donors are determined to impose a zero-growth policy on the court's current budget. If they succeed, the ICC won't be able to involve victims in the proceedings in a meaningful way, and they won't even be able to complete the current workload.
Lubanga Dailo is guilty of the crimes of conscripting and enlisting children under the age of 15 years.
The Lubanga case was a milestone. For the first time, the victims not only received international justice, but they now have the opportunity to ask the judges to order that he provides them with reparations so that they can rebuild their lives. A shining light of the ICC is its trust fund for victims, which steps in if the guilty can't pay. It has helped more than 80,000 people so far in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Uganda who were subjected to the worst crimes imaginable. It now plans to expand into the Central African Republic.
One thing that the victims who suffer from these abuses are increasingly starting to say is that they see a real hope in the International Criminal Court.
One of the main challenges is that the small and middle power democracies which have established this new independent court don't lose the political commitment to keep the court strong and moving forward.
The debate has moved on. It's not whether the world needs an international criminal court, but whether states are willing to let it succeed.
Join us in our campaign for international justice. Stand behind the ICC and stand behind those whose rights are being abused.